All right, we are rolling. Forgive the shoddy camera work. I'm not a pro. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but I never got around to it. You know, what with work and life. So I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I mean, it's my childhood, and of course into adulthood. Some might say I have an unhealthy obsession over it, but screw them. I don't care. I love it. It's my passion. Anyway, and part of my passion is going around as a Ghostbuster. Now, usually I have very high standards when it comes to my Ghostbusters geekdom, for a lack of a better term. I am an accuracy nut. I am an absolute, I am obsessed with screen accuracy. I understand that there are some exceptions that you have to make. So you want to get to as close as you can to screen accuracy. So, with that being said, this is going to be a review about a certain piece of the Ghostbusters cosplay, and that is the boots. Now, according to the Black Firehouse podcast with Austin Yun and Dan Harshman, they claim, well, I mean, I'm sure it's true, because why else would you make that claim if it isn't true? They claim that the boots that they used in the first movie were built rights. Biltrite. Built rights. They're fashioned to the military boot or something like that. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And it's got the zipper on the side. Now, there's many ways that you can go across doing this. You can either look on eBay. Good luck finding the built rights vintage on eBay. Or you could look up certain substitutes. It used to be Corcoran or whatever. Those boots, you could get those, but it comes with a few inaccuracies. Number one, there's a flap that buttons over the zipper when you have it zipped up, and that's not accurate. I think the bottom of hang on a second. Rufus, come here. It's my dog. He may pop into the screen from time to time. And, he's tapping the tripod. Anyways, so the Corcoran used to be an alternative for boots. Like I said, with the inaccuracy or two. I don't think the bottoms of the sole were the right, design or whatever. So, but there was always that. And then, of course, there are these companies, tailor companies or whatever, that specialize in the cosplay industry, and they make replicas of the actual product. Well, in my possession, I have two of those, two brands of the Ghostbuster boots. We'll start with the first one I got. These guys right here. These are the Magnoli Ghostbuster boots, or on their website they're called the Paranormal boots or something like that. I'm trying to figure out what to say so I don't come off as as rude or anything like that. And I'm not trying to poo-poo these boots. If you want to, if these are the ones you want to get, go ahead. The first I'll go over the pros I like. I understand that this is not accurate, but I do like the design of these soles and the bottom of the boot. I do like this. It's got the side zipper, just like in the movie. The material, however, it's not accurate to me. I also don't like that it flaps over like that. I think it's supposed to be standing straight. I mean, to me, this feels like a cheap, flimsy leather. I mean, I don't know if that's the way these boots have always been, or if they were great when they first came out and Magnoli decided to go with a cheaper leather. I don't know. But yeah. So when I got these, I wasn't that ecstatic about it, you know. I mean, they got the zipper. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't like them. However, I came across a different company, Kystar or Kybar, or I think it's Kystar, Kystar, and they make replica boots. These guys here. These guys are the boots that I prefer, in the sense that I think they're more screen accurate compared to Magnoli. I think these are supposed to be more accurate, the design of the bottom and the soles. It's got the side zipper. And the leather itself, I think, is of better quality than Magnoli. Another thing I noticed in the movie, the leather of the boot has a shine to it. And I think these pull off the shine better. I may actually take some shoe shine and, you know, rub it in here. What do you think, Rufus? Should I do that? Or do you think I should leave it as is? Also, another thing that I did not know, because you learn something new every day, don't you? So if you look at the reference photos of the original boots, there's this dark, like reddish brown line that goes around here. And the Magnoli doesn't have that. It's just little detail like that I get giddy over. So, yeah. I think this is the superior boot compared to Magnoli. Again, I'm not trying to, you know, poo-poo his business or whatever. There are some things that I think that look great. The Indiana Jones stuff and the Star Wars stuff. And I like his... I like what he's done with the jumpsuit of Ghostbusters, like his ripstop GB1 suit. I don't have one to compare. I do have an Ecto-Wear, which I'll review one day, but in the meantime, I'm just stuck with that. But once I get a Magnoli, if I get my hands on one, I'll compare the two. But speaking of comparing the two, here we'll compare the Magnoli with... floppity, floppity, flop, flop, flop. You can definitely tell the difference between the two. Straighten out this flop. Like I said, the material used between the two is different. Notice how this has a darker shade of black? This black is more like gray, like this, looking at the camera, this looks like something I just pulled out of the closet because it's been sitting in the closet collecting dust. Not so much this one. Again, it's probably because of the material used. And I think, are they the same height? I think the Kystar's taller. No, they're about the same height. But yeah, I recommend the Kystar boots. I think they're more accurate. I think they're made of better material. If you want to get a Magnoli because you like Magnoli, then go ahead and get it. But I personally recommend Kystar. One quick moment. I gotta take a look at the prices for the boots. I don't know them off the top of my head. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I just looked at their websites. The Magnoli boots right here, they go for $225. 200 or 225 bucks. I just looked at the website and I still can't remember it. But it has free shipping. The Kystar, however, that goes for 200 bucks, but that's not including shipping. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what I put in for shipping, but I thought it was reasonable, and I couldn't be more happier with the final product. The other thing I forgot to mention about these two is that Magnoli is a Australian or New Zealand company, one of the two. But I think this was produced in Pakistan, I think. Whereas Kystar, I think they're made in Indonesia or something like that. But still, again, I'm happy with the final product, with how this turned out. And also, I think they just announced recently that they can custom make the calf of the boot wider, for any Ghostbuster that's got, that have their calves that are a little hefty. So yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. I'm happy with, the build, the quality, the accuracy. I like it. I'm very satisfied. So I can only recommend Kystar. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Magnoli. And here's another comparison again. Here's, if I can hold it up right. Nothing like the smell of leather. What do you think, Rufus? He's got no opinion. But anyway, yeah. That's my review, as, half-assed as it may be. Yeah, I couldn't recommend Kystar anymore than I already have. It's phenomenal boot. I would like to see Kystar do other Ghostbuster stuff, but you gotta have competition, I guess, and other companies have got to specialize in different things. So yeah, that's my review. Check them out. Check out Kystar, again, Kystar. Or if you're happy with Magnoli, go to Magnoli. MagnoliClothiers.com. So, but once again, I can only recommend Kystar because I think that's a superior product. That's just my opinion. Anyway, that's it. That's my opinion. You all have a good day.